Hello and welcome to Dance For's A Conversation Place number 6. I'm delighted to be joined by Chris and Francis here today. Chris, perhaps I could hand over to you just to say a little bit about what you're going to talk about today.
Sure. My name is Chris Dugrenier. I'm an artist working in multi-forms. And I've been developing a research and development of the piece called Parallel, which I am currently developing the next stage. This parallel piece is dealing with ideas about migration, including immigration. And through this project, I'm trying to understand a point of meeting point where I'm using the autobiography of my journey. I have migrated from France to the UK, and I've been really welcomed in this country. And I feel or I hear perceptions that other people are not so welcomed. And I was trying to understand that difference. And this is why I started this project. And this project moves to some choreographic element where I'm using patterns and flow of movement. So present the idea of migration as a bigger thing, as a constant. But I'm interested in this problem. I find it is a problem that I am welcomed. I've never felt any rejection. And yet, I am aware that other people who have taken a very similar route, which is just to get onto a boat, cross the sea, and arrive to another place, I feel they're not so welcome, and I'm trying to understand what those things are. Maybe, Francis, you could tell me what your thoughts are on those discrepancy of reception.
Thank you very much, Chris. My name is Francis. I work as a lecturer in University of Derby in the UK. I'm also very interested in dance, and I have a dance company called Salsa Form Therapy, which is basically about using salsa dancing as a way of getting people together to have fun and to make sure that people get together from all sorts of different walks of life, different cultures, different people, and to come together and have a dance and share the love of dancing. Mm-hmm. So that's what I do when I'm not working, on my day job, which is basically. And I'm also the subject leader for international relations, which kind of ties into what I do, because I'm very much interested in relationships that people build up, not only between people but also between cultures and between nations. And that is the subject. That is the subject that I am interested in. Most of my research is in that field. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting that you mentioned the idea of migration, because migration is one of an important issue. Even as we go into the general election, you can see that all the political parties are
absolutely
now,
and the idea of controlling it.
Exactly. So it's a very, very important topic. And but it's interesting now, just to pick up on the point that you made about why is it that some migrants are welcome and why others are not. Now, what is going on in North Africa, a lot of, with people trafficking and all the people trying to escape the conflict in Libya and another part of Africa, trying to come to Europe. It's actually a very significant development as far as migration is concerned. Now, obviously, we know that we need to understand why do people leave? Why do they put themselves in danger, in great risk? Even at the when we have stories of boats being capsizing and a lot of people drowning and being killed. And the question is, why do people put themselves through all that? So we need to understand what we call the push factors and the pull factors.
That's right.
The push factor basically is the conditions that push people away from where they are coming from. So if you have conflict, you have very poor economic situation, and the country is going through a very difficult time. people naturally, we want to live. And it is a human natural tendency for one to want to move to somewhere where you
this
think
is how,
better.
yes, this is how cultures have evolved as well, haven't they?
Exactly. And cultures, if you look at the history of human race, people have always moved. There have always been the movement of people from one region to another. And this process of acculturation, that is what leads to the mixing of culture from one culture to the other, and that is how it has always been part of the human civilization. So it's not something. It's not nothing new.
It's not new. Exactly.
Now, what is new now is the scale of migration between for people who want to live poor countries to go to what countries that they perceive that will have a better economic condition.
But also not just economic. I think I remember a friend of mine who came from Colombia, and for him, the attraction to coming to the UK was really not so much about the economy, but really a philosophy of life, a freedom of press, you know, the rule of the law, the education. It's really they were much more bigger reason, bigger philosophy to want to come to the UK. Exactly. Which I think for me, I found that really moving. And I think it'd be nice to remind people that people are coming to the European countries for ideals. Also because those countries represent ideals.
Yeah, exactly. And you're absolutely right, because everybody thinks that all the migrants come here to either to live on the NHS or to kind of get free healthcare through the NHS or for the welfare. That is not always the case. There are economic migrants, but as you are absolutely right, there are people who come here and they contribute. Migrants contribute significantly to the richness of the British society. That I cannot imagine. Britain would not be great, would not be called Great Britain without the input from the colonies and all the ex-colonies of Britain, and they always contribute significantly to the greatness and the richness of Britain. So migration has always been misunderstood. There are those who want to use migration as a way of dividing us, because they think that they're always afraid of the unknown. That you see all these people coming, you think that they want to take over your house. They want to, make sure you don't enjoy the wealth you are accustomed to. And I always ask them, how many immigrants have knocked on your door in recent times and said they want to take over your house? No, but migrants are not there to take over people's homes. Now, yes, you need resources to support these people. Now we can have a very grown-up debate about migration, but not in a hysterical, in a very kind of hate or us and them kind of way. And that's what creates problem about migration is an issue. And that's where my dance company is a kind of way of bringing people together and knowing that when you understand that all these people, the people that come from Asia, from Latin America, from Europe, we're all dancing together and having fun, we understand each other. You are less likely to fight with somebody you dance with, because you cannot fight and dance at the same time.
Yes, I mean, capoeira does a bit of both, but yes. So this idea of the exchange, the culture is actually the way to somehow approach the debate without the divisive nature that is currently, or what I feel that is currently portrayed. So that's an interesting, and I think that it's I have dilemma with the topic of immigration, how to approach it in a way that I don't want the politic to interfere. Yeah. Because I think, as you say, when people meet on a one-to-one, the divisiveness is removed, and so it's removed. So I think that's interesting that culture and exchange through the arts allow for an enrichment and an understanding of each other.
And I think that is absolutely right, Chris, and I agree with you 100% that dance is one thing that you don't have to understand somebody's language. You don't even have to speak their language. You don't have to know where they come from. You don't have to worry about which color of skin they have. You can dance. If you can dance, when you come to a salsa class, salsa where we do our social dancing, we have hundreds of people who come every month to my dance company in Wellington, and they are made up of people from China, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, from there are Muslims, there are Christians, there are Hindus, there are all sorts of people from all walks of life who just want to dance, and you could see the fun that people have together on a one-to-one basis, as you say. When a Chinese wants you to dance, you don't have to speak Chinese language.
That's right. You just follow the body, and that's the reality. We are bodies.
We are all human, and I think is this fair of you know that somebody you don't know is there to harm you, and I think art is a very good mechanism or medium through which we can get rid of those fear and kind of let people know that we share common destiny.
That's right. Yes.
I think that is where what the work you are doing is very important, and the work I do, in terms of my linking my international relations subject with actually getting people together is also very, very, very important. And I found that very much more refreshing when I see so many people from so many different walks of life having fun together rather than fighting each other.
Yes, that's why we do it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah. I think that's just a perfect place to finish. It's a really nice thought to be left with, and it's fascinating discussion. So I just want to thank you both, Chris and Francis, for contributing to the conversation place today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to have you, Sarah.
Nice to see you as well.